Hi and welcome to this new timeless reading. Let's take a look at what energy is coming in currently, and it's going to be in three cards. The first one is what are the details of the frequency. The second one is what can we release to integrate faster, and the third one is advice. So let's see what we have in the field right now. And it's the King of Swords, and in the King of Swords what I'm getting is heightened discernment. You're not able to gaslight yourself and distort your own perception anymore, and you see things for what they are, and also are able to face and understand more darkness. And something about previous times, maybe you felt kind of like weaker when facing difficult things and situations, but at this point in time the discernment is so much sharper that you actually know where you stand, and it feels like that's what was missing previously at times. Like you're dealing with a difficult person, a difficult situation, a toxic work environment and such, and you kind of like don't know exactly where you stand. It's almost like you forget who you are and your strengths and your abilities to deal with certain things, because what you're dealing with is super draining. And now what I'm getting is with discernment, there's an axis of a power that's restored to some extent as the frequencies keep rising. Some people will be able to integrate that, and as this new axis of power and higher level of discernment activates, it's much easier for you to now stand your ground and know who you are and have more distance and perspective with what you're dealing with. So it's securing you and your self-perception. It's keeping your energy field and your emotional sphere much more clear and strong. And it was about time, because if you're trying to deal with difficult things and are continuously destabilized, there's only so far you can work through it. And you're kind of like stuck looping in it until whenever, I don't know what, God feels like letting you move on to the next sometimes not even level, because loops are loops, so yeah, sometimes it's just like a new version of this flavor of stupidity. Anyways, and now what can we let go of? And it's the Hierophant, and in the Hierophant what I'm getting is old contracts are currently expiring, and it's okay to let go. So if you're feeling like life feels like in some aspects is dissolving, there's nothing to hold on to, you can't grasp what's going on, where it's going next, what's coming, like you can't foresee anything, it's really hard to plan. It means that it could have run out of energy road, and that won't be where you're asked to keep going in the next I'm getting miles of life experience. Like it will be in a different direction, and it's under a different energetic. So it's okay right now if things feel like they come to some kind of a stop, and it's kind of like it feels almost like your reality is disintegrating or disappearing, and it's not exactly what's going on. So when you calm that feeling down and just see that it's a contract expiring, you let that energy do what it needs to do and release it, and eventually it will make space for the new agreements to come in. And I like agreements much better than contracts as a word, because contracts feels like you're obligated and you're trapped in it, and agreement is both parties are usually on equal footing and agree willingly, knowing consciously what's going on, and shake hands to do what each party agrees to do instead of a contract where there's like a level of force that's implied, and there can be like trickery in the fine prints. So yeah. And now, what is the advice? And it's the Justice Arcana, and I'm getting it's right right on time. Everything is in order. Balance is coming. Balance is being restored as well, and two very important foundational aspects of your life, and why it felt shaky and difficult to build from, and even difficult to stand on previously, was because there was an imbalance. And what I'm seeing is sometimes life will keep you off kilter, off balance, so you almost like that's my perspective, but that's how I feel it happens. You're off kilter in some situations, so you're kind of like forced to pour more into situations where you really don't get that much back. It's by, I'd say, divine intervention. You're sometimes sent into circumstances where people are really not faring well, and nothing can reach them, and some, I'd say, like good faith agents are being kind of like sent around them to mitigate the consequences of their actions. Because in some levels, when groups of people are very depleted, what they do is eventually turn to darkness, or darkness by low frequency becomes attracted to them and suggests deals and contracts and bad ideas that they will go for, because they feel like there's nothing else holding them up. So that's kind of like what made you like feel imbalanced at times, but then eventually balance is restored, and you go back to a space where you actually get your values worth, and things actually feel a lot better, and eventually get restored to the level you are supposed to be at. It was kind of like, let's say, to some extent, a side quest. It might take months or years. Sorry. But when the job is done, be assured you'll be restored to the degree you deserve. And yeah, it's quite a process, and honestly, it's uncomfortable. But eventually, I'm pretty sure we get to a place where it feels right. As you leave that space, you understand what happened, what role you played in it, and you get to a more peaceful level with better defined assignments afterwards. So yeah, I hope this resonated, and let me know.